Hi, my dear friends. Again, thank you for your support. The worst is over, the tears have dried, and everyone is warm and more or less satisfied. I'm doing what I can while I can. The internet is in and out due to the weather, and Dragon Man is writing physics on Friday, and it is not exactly his strongest subject, so he needs some help. Not that I can help much with physics. It is more moral support than anything else. But let's get into the video while we can. I see Lauren of the Insider telephoned Homeland Security about Harry's security, asking whether he received his full royal security back or not. Like me, she seems fed up with the one saying, yes, he has it back, and the next one saying, no, he does not have it back. Like me, she wants to know the truth. Now, although she did not get an answer, and they gave her the runaround, which, had she asked me, I could have told her that would happen. But it is good that she did that. And why? Well, because that is what a good journalist does. You don't always believe just anyone, particularly not what you hear on the internet. You go do your homework. You phone around. You send email. You do not just read part of someone else's work and then somehow spin it into the drama of the year. So good for her. And yes, my friend who is British, and that is why she phoned, got the same or similar response, namely, we don't owe you any explanation. We do not have to put any statement out. His security is a matter between us and the Duke. I do, however, appreciate Lauren going to the trouble, and this indeed now validates what I told you. However, it is because of this reaction from all and sundry that I believe my informant in that Harry has or got the security he wanted. Now, the other reason why I am addressing it again now is because I see a number of YouTubers making videos stating Harry lost his case and will not get his security, and then they go on to talk about the court case. Now, they are either confused or they missed something and are only now catching up. Harry lost his court case ages ago. Now please allow me to take you through the process so that there is no confusion under my viewers and listeners. On May the 23rd, 2023, Harry lost a preliminary legal challenge in which he asked for a judicial review to allow him to personally fund and pay the Metropolitan Police for his protection. The Metropolitan Police said, no, we are not for sale, and the court agreed. On February the 28th, 2024, High Court Judge Sir Peter Lane again ruled against Harry and ruled that Rovek's 2020 decision to strip Harry of automatic security was neither irrational nor procedurally unfair. On May the 2nd, 2025, the Court of Appeal handed down its final judgment and upheld the 2024 ruling and concluded by saying that a case-by-case assessment of Harry's security was entirely lawful. Now, since his loss in the Court of Appeal, Harry wrote to Yvette Cooper and asked her and Keir Starmer to review his case. In September last year, or early October, he wrote to Shabana Mahmood and requested a new full risk assessment. So here is the news and the truth. Not the Metropolitan Police or Ravik will tell you. But if they want to deny it, then they must come out in public and say that it is not true. Because this came from inside. That inside leak in Buckingham Palace, who leaks to the Daily Mail almost daily, and in an attempt to cover his tracks, he also leaks to the Guardian and some others from time to time. Following Harry's letters to Shabana Mahmood, he received a full risk assessment by Ravik's Risk Management Board. And this happened end of December into early January 2026. Now, as I sit here, I can even tell you what the main focus of the board was, and you're going to laugh when you hear it. It was that incident where Harry's team alleged that he was stalked. And when it came out that it was a Sussex squad member, they changed the official narrative to an incident involving a known stalker. I kid you not. It's in the paperwork. So it is the result of that assessment, which Ravik and the Metropolitan Police do not want to make known. They are basically saying that by giving information about Harry's security is a security risk in itself. The reason why I think he has his former royal security back when in the United Kingdom is, number one, because his last 2 visits to Ukraine were approved by the British government, and he had British metropolitan bodyguards with him. During his last visit to Britain, I also spotted a couple of British coppers around him. But here is the stinger in the tail. And I have to thank my friend JJ for bringing my attention to it. I would not have looked at it if she didn't. And I dug around a little, and I'm not sure you are going to like what I found. Harry, as a prince of the realm, is entitled and fully qualifies for a diplomatic passport. And lo and behold, Harry has one. He also has a normal passport. So although the diplomatic passport looks black in the photograph, it's just because it's newer. Because since 2020, the diplomatic passport looks just like a normal British passport. You have to read the actual cover to know the difference. And this was done for security reasons. One being that criminals loved stealing diplomatic passports. Okay, so diplomats and princes will have 2 passports. The diplomatic passport and a normal one. The diplomatic passport is only strictly to be used when they are traveling on official state business or when representing the British government abroad. Now you're welcome to go read all of this on gov.uk, okay? It is complicated and it's simple at the same time. But just to reiterate, and I'm going to use William as an example, but it would even apply to Camilla if she travels on her own. So, let's say William goes off to Poland to see British soldiers stationed there, which we know he did a while ago. Or, for instance, when he went to the Pope's funeral. Now, in that case, or in those cases, he would travel with his diplomatic passport. But when he's off to watch football in Turkey with his friends, or going to Jordan with Catherine and the children for a holiday, then he is expected to travel on his normal British passport. And this will remain the same until the day he becomes king, at which time he will need no passport. So now I ask you, on what type of passport did Harry travel to Ukraine? I heard that he traveled on a diplomatic passport, which means, and I quote, it is because the prince traveled overseas on an diplomatic tour / official visit as a representative of the monarch and the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office. Oh my word, these people are so stupid. I mean, you just ask a question in a certain way and you combobulate their minds completely, and they will answer truthfully without even knowing that they did. Now listen to this. Holding a diplomatic passport does not automatically give him diplomatic immunity. Diplomatic immunity is granted by the receiving host country, and usually only to diplomats assigned to a long-term mission. A visiting prince will usually be given IPP status, or then be classified as an internationally protected person, which affords them high-level security and protection and so forth. There's also a difference between sovereign immunity and diplomatic immunity, but we'll leave that for another day. It is not important for today's video. The thing is that the IPP is what Harry was after, because his personal security is expensive. And it is twice, if not 3 times, as expensive when he travels overseas. So, if he has IPP, he gets security when he travels overseas. And he may then choose to take maybe only 1 or 2 of his personal bodyguards and need not take 4 or 5. And the visiting country then also deals with things like traffic conditions and threat assessments and all kinds of things, like taking them off the tarmac after their plane has landed, like it happened in Australia. Now this is serious. This is no joke. I'm actually laughing because of the irony of it all. But it's no joke. Without IPP, Harry and Meghan would not have been treated the way they were. They would have been treated like normal VIPs and likely escorted to the VIP lounge while their paperwork was dealt with. But that did not happen. Instead, they were removed in 2 vehicles from the tarmac, and that means IPP status. IPP status, and Daddy is head of state. And Harry did have additional Australian protection, uniformed and plain clothes protection. If you don't believe me, take the photos and go ask their mamas. And I'm saying this because there's one bloke in a suit, a youngish, rather attractive guy, seen with them a few times in Melbourne. And I was scrolling through Instagram when I noticed, and I love reading comments on Instagram while I'm in the bath, just by the way, when I noticed a comment stating it was so-and-so's son, and so being an Australian woman living in Melbourne. So do not allow people to whisper nonsense in your ear. Harry lost his legal appeal last year, May already. It is old news, okay? But he got his win when he got his review in December 2025. And because of everything I mentioned, I personally am convinced he has his royal protection and IPP status back. Okay, guys, that is it from me. It is really cold and raining again, so I am very much housebound. I shall also continue with my UFO alien and the elite story tomorrow. I am wading through inches of information, and it is so interesting that for the first time in a long time, I'm actually excited about something I'm doing. So, until then, take care, be vigilant, and stay safe. Bye.